Patients, good morning. Today we can learn about discuss about the chapter of first year physics, laws of motion. So in this one we can learn about the different types of Newton laws. Newton's first law of motion, and second law, Newton's second law, and we derive with an equation the Newton's second law formula F is equal to ma. The last one, Newton's third law, and we can learn about the momentum and impulse, law of conservation of linear momentum. Now we can learn about our first topic is Newton's second law. So the 4 marks question will be Newton's second law or Newton's second law of motion. So before going to this topic, what I am saying here, physical quantity is about the momentum of the object. Now we can learn about the momentum. So the momentum of the object will be represented by P. So we can define the momentum of the object. Let we can take the mass of the object, and when the object will be in motion, it has some velocity. So the relation between the mass and velocity, where we can take the momentum P is equal to mv. Now we can write momentum is equal to mass into velocity. So where we can define the momentum, the product of the mass of the object and its velocity is called momentum. So we can define the momentum of the body. It is the multiplication. It is the product of mass and velocity of the object is called momentum. Now we can take the formula P is equal to mv. So we can take the units of the momentum. So where we can type the SI units of momentum. So the mass of the object will be measured in watts, will be measured in kg, now kilogram, kg, and velocity of the object will be measured in meter per second. So kg meter per second is the SI unit of the momentum of the body. Now we can learn about our topic is Newton's second law. So the statement will be, so we can derive the statement of Newton's second law, where we can take the momentum of the object will be represented by P, and next one, the mass of the object will be represented by m, and velocity of the object will be represented by v. Now we can take the momentum, it will be represented by P. Suppose change in momentum is represented by dP or delta P. The rate of change of momentum will be represented by delta P by delta T or dP by dt. So what I am saying here, the rate of change of momentum of the object, it will be represented by dP by dt or delta P by delta T is directly proportional to applied force on the object. What I am saying here, the statement of the Newton's second law is nothing but the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force on the object. So we can write dP by dt is proportional to f, or delta P by delta T is proportional to f, or the applied force on the object is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. So we can equate the equation. So f is proportional to dP by dt. Now f is equal to some constant. The constant is called proportionality constant. It will be represented by k into dP by dt, where we can write f is equal to k into d by dt, where p is nothing but momentum. So the momentum formula will be mv. P. So we can substitute instead of P, we can write mv since P is equal to mv. Now we can write the equation F is equal to K is the constant value and mass remains constant. So we can write in outside Km, we can write dV by dt. So F is equal to Km, where V is the velocity of the object. dV means velocity, changing velocity. dV by dt, the rate of change of velocity. It is called acceleration. So we can write A. Now since we can write dV by dt is equal to A. So the final equation will be F is equal to Kma. We can take our conjunction if K is equal to, if we can take K is equal to 1, then we can equation F is equal to Ma. So the equation is called Newton's second law equation, principle of Newton's second law. So where F is called force, applied force on the object, and M is the mass of the object, and A is the acceleration. So the final equation where we can derive F is equal to Ma. So the force is a physical quantity. It will be used to try the changes the state of the object or linear motion of the straight line. So F is equal to Ma. The product of mass and acceleration is called force. Now we can write the SI unit of the force. SI units of the force, where M, mass will be measured in kilograms. We can write kg. A means acceleration. So the acceleration will be measured in meter per second square. So kg meter per second square is the SI unit of the force. Or we can take the second unit by in the name of scientist Newton's. So the force will be measured in Newton. So 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meter per second square. So the force will be measured in terms of Newton or kg meter per second square. So this is the question will be asked in the so many times in the IB examination. So the question will be asked in the examination like this. So state or define Newton's second law, derive F is equal to ma. So we can write the only definition of momentum and principle. Next one, we can write the statement of the Newton's second law. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force on the object. The applied force on the object is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. So this equation we can write up to F is equal to ma. So this is the first 4 marks question in our laws of motion chapter. So next one we can discuss about the next 4 marks question. The question will be asking like this. So define momentum and impulse. So already we can learn about the momentum. Define momentum and impulse. Next one, and state the law of conservation of linear momentum with examples. So next one we can learn about the impulse. Impulse, it will be represented by I. So where we can take the formula I is equal to impulse, I is equal to F into T. Now we can write impulse is equal to force into time. Force into time. Oh, how we can define impulse of the object? The applied force on the object means the product of the force and short time, low time. Time is called impulse. The product of the force and time is called impulse. The impulse will be represented by F and T is the time. So I is equal to F into T. By this formula we can write the units of the impulse. So the SI units of the impulse, SI units are the where we can take the force. the force will be measured in terms of force. SI units are Newton. Now we can write Newton into time. The SI units of the time will be measured in second. So Newton second is the SI unit of the impulse. Now we can explain the total impulse equation. So the general equation will be I is equal to F into T. Now I is equal to, by Newton's second law, we can applicable instead of F is equal to ma into T, since F is equal to ma. And next one, where we can take the A value, first equation of motion. The first equation of motion I can write V is equal to U plus AT. V minus U is equal to AT. That implies A is equal to V minus U by T. So we can write I is equal to M, where instead of A we can write V minus U by T into T. So get we cancel, T will be cancelled. So I is equal to M V minus U. So where we can take I is equal to MV minus MU. So where we can observe this equation, I is nothing but impulse, M mass, and V is the velocity. But we can take the velocities, final velocity and initial velocity. So change in velocity. So this is called impulse is equal to change in momentum. So we can define the impulse. Impulse is equal to change in momentum. Change in momentum. MV momentum, final momentum. MU initial velocity, initial momentum. So where impulse is equal to change in momentum, final momentum minus initial momentum. So this is comes to total the impulse definition and the formula. And next one we can take the second formula, that will be I is equal to, we can write the MV minus MU. Now next we can learn about the law of conservation of linear momentum. Now we can take the law of conservation of linear momentum. In this one we can take the define momentum, define impulse, and state the law of conservation of linear momentum. Next one we will go for discuss about the law of conservation of linear momentum. Law of conservation of linear momentum. So where we can take the momentum, it is also called linear momentum. By using Newton's second law, the Newton's second law is F is proportional to dP by dt, or we can take delta V by delta t. So where what I am saying here, the applied force on the object will be zero. The applied force on the object will be zero. Means we can write F will be zero. Then the object momentum will be constant. So this is called law of conservation of linear momentum. So what I am saying here, the applied force on the object will be zero. Force will be zero. Then the momentum of the object will be constant. Momentum of the object will be remains unchanged. It will be conserved. So where we can take the another definition of the law of conservation of linear momentum. If there is no external force acting on the body, so where we can take the object mass will be m. So what I am saying here, there is no external force acting on the body. There is no force acting on the body. So the object momentum will be constant. So if force will be zero, now we can take this equation. F is equal to K into dP by dt. Where K value will be, we can take the if K is equal to 1. Now F is equal to dP by dt. Now F will be 0. There is no force acting on the body. If external force will be 0, so F will be 0. dP by dt is equal to 0. So the P will be constant. Now P is nothing but mv. Mv will be constant. So it will be conserved. It will be instead by k. So this is the law of conservation of linear momentum. So what I am saying here, the definition and principle will be: if there is no external force acting on the body, if there is no external force acting on the body, then the object momentum will be constant. So P will be constant. The law is called law of conservation of linear momentum. Now we can explain the examples of the law of conservation of linear momentum. So we can write the any two examples of the law of conservation of linear momentum. We can take the first one. We can take one-dimensional elastic collision. So we can take the two objects. The object masses will be represented by m1 and m2, and their initial velocities are u1 and u2. Will be traveled along a straight line motion, linear motion. We will take the in the collision time it will be exchange some momentum. Then after collision it will be split into two, gain the final velocity. The final velocity will be represented by v1 and v2. So it will be travel in linear motion. So where we can take this diagram in elastic collision in one dimensional. Now we can take the momentum based on the momentum. So we can write the initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Now the initial momentum will be m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is the first example. So where we can explain the example, we can take the two different type of object. The object will be m1 and m2, and they have before collision the initial velocity are u1 u2. After some time they can split into it will be gain the final velocity. The final velocities have the v1 v2. Now we want to calculate the initial momentum and final momentum. There will be taken the before collision we have initial momentum. The initial momentum will be is equal to final momentum. The initial momentum is equal to m1 u1, m1 u1, m2 u2, m2 u2 is equal to final momentum m1 v1, m1 v1 plus m2 v2, m2 v2. So this is the first example. Second example, we can take the second one, motion of a rocket, or we can take the motion of a jet aeroplane. So next one, fourth example will be, we will take the fourth example. When we can take a bomb will be explodes, it will be split into two lighter particles. So we can take a bomb. The bomb have mass will be m. So first one we will take a bomb. It will be how the mass will be represented by m. So after some time it will be split into two particles. So the particles will be represented by like this. It has some mass. The mass will be represented by m1 and m2. So by applying the law of conservation of linear momentum, now we can take when the bomb will be is in rest position. So it have the initial velocity will be 0. So u will be 0. Next one, when the bomb will be split into two particles, when the bomb will be explodes, it have the two mass particles. The particles will be m1 and m2. So first piece mass will be m1 and the second piece mass will be m2. So where we can take the two pieces of masses will be m1 and m2. It have the velocity. The velocities of the m1 velocity will be v1 and m2 velocity will be v2. So where we can take the initial momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. So the initial momentum will be mu. Mu is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. But when the bomb will be is in rest position, so the initial velocity will be 0. So m into 0 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So m into 0 is 0 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now we can write the m1 v1 is equal to minus m2 v2. Then mv, mass into velocity, it is called momentum. So p1 is equal to minus p2, where the negative symbol will be explained when the bomb will be in explodes, the pieces are travel in opposite direction. So it have velocity, the velocity will be final velocity v1 and v2. So initial momentum is equal to minus final momentum. So this is the question related to the law of conservation of linear momentum, where we can observe, we can learn about the 4 examples. First example will be in elastic collision in y dimension, and second one motion of the rocket, and third one motion of the jet aeroplane, and fourth one the bomb will be explodes, it will be resolved into two component, two pieces like m1 mass and m2. You can write only 2 examples examination point of view. So the question will be asked in the IP examination. The first one will be define momentum and impulse and state the law of conservation of linear momentum with example. So we can write momentum definition and impulse definition and the statement of the law of conservation of linear momentum, and you can write only the 2 examples, first, second or third, fourth, but one example will be must be explained in the examination point of view. So you can write first or fourth, anyone, but we can take the another one is the motion of the aeroplane or motion of the jet aeroplane and rocket. Okay students, thank you.